Ms. Real, if you don't stop, I'll hold you in contempt and I'll put you in custody.
Pull out his weapon to scare me and throw me in a dog cage? You are acting criminal, corrupt, and evil and demonic. I do not understand.
I do have Ms. Real here, Luann Real. All right, this is 25T84. I have Ms. Real appearing in person today in the courtroom. I have Mr. Barnett at the District Attorney's Office. We sent this matter over for a pretrial readiness conference. We were set for trial on March 12th at 8 a.m. Ms. Real, I see that you're still representing yourself in this matter. Is that correct?
I would like to invoke my right to remain silent.
All right. Mr. Barnett, anything from the state we need to take care of?
No, Your Honor.
All right. We're set for jury trial on March 12th. And we'll come back one more time for a pretrial readiness conference. I did issue a case management order in this case on November the 3rd. Ms. Real, you are required to comply with that case management order. I do want to ask you a couple of questions just to make sure you understand that you do have a right to represent yourself. I understand that you've typically just stated that you wanted to exercise your right to remain silent, but I want to go over this with you. You understand that the allegations that you're facing are up to a Class 1 traffic offense, which is up to 364 days in the county jail. That is the maximum penalty on that charge. How much education do you have, Ms. Real?
I would like to invoke my right to remain silent.
All right. Do you understand that there are legal complexities in this case that ultimately that even though you're representing yourself, that you're going to be required to, under the same standards, rules of evidence that the district attorney would be under. Do you understand that? Do you understand that,
I
Ms. Real?
would like to invoke my right to remain silent.
Ms. Real, this has nothing to do with your innocence or your guilt. I'm trying to determine whether or not you're capable of even representing yourself. I've been very, very patient with you. You haven't even stated your name. I'm not even quite sure that you are Ms. Real. I called Ms. Real to come up here and you stand up here, and so I'm basing on that an assumption, I guess, that I'm making. But I have to establish certain things to make sure that you understand what you're faced with here. You have a right to remain silent of anything that might implicate you in any sort of criminal activity, whether or not you've gone to schools that are making it. It's called an Arguello advisement, is how we refer it to. It's to make sure that you understand that I know that you're competent to represent yourself. Do you want to represent yourself in this matter?
I am invoking my right to remain silent.
All right, I'm going to take that as a yes. You understand, obviously, you have a right to remain silent. Finding that you can represent yourself in this matter. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the jury trial. We'll set this for one more pretrial conference. Mr. Waldo, Mr. Barnett.
And I do not understand. First of all, you have put me in a compromised situation. I do not speak Latin.
Okay.
I do not know the Latin language. Am I in your commercial jurisdiction?
Ms. Real.
Or,
okay.
let me speak.
Okay, if you want to speak, yeah, go ahead.
Am I in your commercial jurisdiction? Are you going to give me an interpreter? I still do not understand. I don't know what's going on. My freedom is at stake. I have the right to counsel. My freedom's at stake. You charge me a fee. You separate common law to my freedom with commercial law, where you impose a fee on me.
All right, so Ms. Real, I'm going to interrupt you. Ms. Real.
Both ways.
Ms. Real, I'm going to interrupt you now. So do you,
Which
Ms.
jurisdiction?
Ms. Real, if you don't stop, I'll hold you in contempt and I'll put you in custody. Stop. You clearly understand the English language, and I'm speaking to you in English. Do you need an interpreter in another language? Because I'm not speaking in Latin. I'm speaking in the English language. You just stated to me that you have a right to counsel. Would you like an attorney appointed to represent you?
Can I finish speaking? Can I finish speaking?
What do you need to say, Ms. Real?
Okay, then I am invoking my right to remain silent. If I cannot speak, then I am invoking my right to remain silent.
Then what would you like to say?
I'm trying to say it. You're not allowing me.
So if you have questions or understanding of the court, but I'll give you a couple of minutes to complete whatever it is you wanted to say, but we're not at trial at this point. I'm trying to just determine whether or not you understand what's going on. Would you understand the English language? It's very clear to me that is the case. And I'm not speaking to you in Latin, Ms. Real.
Am I in your commercial jurisdiction or am I under your common law jurisdiction of the Constitution? You compromise me in every single way when I come into the courtroom. You strip me of my right to bear arms by running me through a metal detector, already compromising my rights as an American. You force me into a room where you have sentries with body armor, guns, pepper spray, tasers. You sit me down in a chair and then you ask me if I understand. No, I do not understand. You violate me through and through, and then in the middle of the game, we get halfway through the hearing, you change it, and then you spark out some word in Latin, and I am sitting here confused as all heck, asking me if I understand. If I don't put up and tolerate with your actions, you will have your officer standing up against the wall, pull out his weapon to scare me and throw me in a dog cage. You are acting criminal, corrupt, and evil and demonic. I do not understand. And therefore, you cannot form jurisdiction over me. You speak a foreign language that is regulated from Britain.
Okay,
In
Ms. Real,
America,
that's
in
enough.
America, you
Ms. Real,
speak English to me.
Mr. Real, that's enough. I've heard enough. Okay, so you obviously understand the English language. Okay, so you are under the jurisdiction of the court. That is the jurisdiction that you are under. You are in the Conejos County Court. I am the Conejos County judge, and I do have jurisdiction over you.
Can I finish?
No, you cannot. I'm not going to continue to listen to this. This is what we're going to do. You are set for trial on March 12th. You will show up here for trial on March 12th. If you don't show up, I will issue a bench warrant for your arrest. We are going to have a trial March 12th. You have the right to counsel. If you would like to apply for counsel, you clearly understand that because you just told me that you have a right to an attorney. There is an application right there on that table. You can fill out that application and you can provide that to the public defender's office. They can enter an appearance for you free of charge if you qualify. That is your right to an attorney. If you don't want to apply, and that's absolutely your choice, you get to elect that. But we are going to trial on March the 12th, and you will be here for trial on March the 12th, and we will put it to a jury, the allegations against you. That is what we're going to do.
Okay, well then, can I get that in writing?
You have it on the record. We'll be here March 12th for a trial.
What time is that?
Start at 8 a.m.
All righty.
We won't need to come back for another pretrial conference, Mr. Barnett. We'll be here for trial March 12th.
Thank you.